Chicken dude. Chick got taken down.
No, I changed your guys' names on there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry guys. This I just finished.
Oh, it's not chicken dude anymore?
I want to be dude.
I don't mind being Chick. You know what we are, though, that's really cute, actually?
3 men and a lady. I thought about that oddly enough in the shower the other day. And I was like, oh, 3 men and a lady.
Listen, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Please don't fucking think about me in the shower.
Wait, I
You were the
cannot
lady.
believe that you just read my
Yeah.
minds. I am impressed. That's amazing.
Gay.
Pretty soon we're gonna sync up.
Wait, that's so amazing. I was gonna post that this week, actually, saying
Yeah, you're not doing posting.
your
new
side, right?
new name
On your own account?
on my Insta story. Smartasses. Ugh, so annoying.
Insta stories.
First down, dogs.
I went into a darkness retreat on Sunday.
What'd you see?
What?
What'd you see?
A lot of things. Saw the future of the Jets.
Isn't that every Jets fan Sunday for a couple months?
What's the future of the Jets?
I think it's Kirk Cousins.
Oof. One more
Remember
loss.
when you were gonna sign him?
I know. I'm ready.
And then he went to Minnesota and they're like, what happened to the Jets? He goes, I just used them to get to get the money up there.
He would not want to live.
He
not a
said
New York
that?
guy.
Yeah, he came out and said that. And he goes, I used them in order to bump up the money. I needed someone with a lot of money.
We need somebody.
Doesn't it feel like it's like a really messy start to the year? Does it always feel like
I
that?
think it always feels like that. First 4 weeks,
Yeah.
super sloppy.
First 4 weeks.
First 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I think there's something to the preseason only being 3 weeks now.
Absolutely.
Like no quarterbacks play anymore. I feel like the first 6 to 8 quarters is still preseason.
Yeah.
I agree.
Feels like that. It felt like that way for the Giants, right?
They're
They're-
just terrible.
I mean, Pittsburgh hasn't had a first down in the first quarter yet.
They should think about that. Maybe bringing back the preseason.
Who's
bit
gonna?
more.
Nobody's gonna
That's
play
a
though.
lot of time. That's actually a really crazy stat.
Yeah.
And like force them to play or something because it's got to like the product is so bad right now.
Who?
And you have all of these guys getting hurt. I mean, injury is always a problem, but like it's bad.
Tons of injuries this week.
No, I thought there was a lot more in the last couple of years.
I don't know.
I think this week really hurt everybody.
Dude, there's so
There's a
many
lot.
stars out.
But
Yeah.
every year is the same thing. There's always a big quarterback that goes out, and then there's the discussion about how we're gonna do this. And then usually at the end of the season, there's another big quarterback that goes out, and you get John Wolford or fucking John Beck starting a playoff game.
But it's not even just quarterbacks. It's players.
Yeah,
It feels bad.
it's like Nick
And the
Chubb.
turf thing, why hasn't that exploded this week? Because Dobbins also tore his Achilles on turf.
Listen,
But guys will tear their stuff on grass as well.
exactly. They did turf because it was safer. Isn't that why every single place got turf?
No, that's not why.
No.
No, it's easier.
No?
Because they're trying to
Cheaper.
turn over
It's
for
easier.
another event.
Yeah.
Oh.
It doesn't
yeah.
get messed
But did you
up.
see? I think it's the turf in Atlanta. No, not Arizona. It like walks itself outside.
Yeah.
McAfee's always talking about it, like it just like when the event's over, it just takes a walk outside and like goes and gets sun, and then it'll come back inside. It's like
crazy.
fucking bonkers the way they do it.
Wait,
We should get the
what?
lantern flies to drag it out.
Mini. It's
They
It's on
move.
like a-
They move
they're
it.
like
Yeah,
American
but it's
grass.
like it can come up. The whole thing can move together. in,
Yeah.
like gigantic sections. It's awesome.
How's your knees?
What do you mean?
Chubb's not good. He's only got one.
Oh,
Well,
that poor
it's,
bastard.
That's messed up.
I love Chubb. I love Chubb, but
the
that
new
was
Monday Night Curse.
Yes.
Have you seen that?
What's the
Yes.
Monday
The
night?
last 4 Monday nights, you had Kyler Murray tore his ACL, DeMar Hamlin died, Aaron Rodgers ruptured his Achilles,
Jesus.
I forgot
and then
about
Chubb broke his fucking everything.
I forgot about
Yeah, I saw that.
I was thinking
That's the
I was
last 4
wondering
Monday
if that was
nights.
going to happen again
What?
this year.
Someone
Did you see
died?
the guy on Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
He got wobbly.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Did he get hit funny?
No, he was lining up for a field goal kick or a punt, either one, and he was turning back. He was talking to the kicker or the place kicker or whatever, and then he came back and he went down to one knee, and he was like calling for help. He was like calling it off. They didn't even charge him a timeout. The Cleveland Brown coach was like,
Yeah.
"The fuck? That's a timeout. That's a
It's
timeout."
100% timeout. How's it not?
No, if a guy
They're
almost
probably
dies, you
so
can-
scared
cares?
after last year.
That was not who cares, but
Right, I know what you're saying.
like if you die during the play, that's a timeout. Or like we'll get you in a second, just stay right there.
Stay right there.
I think the DraftKings thing that I was texting you guys about last night might make me switch to DraftKings because, like,
Did you like
FanDuel's
it?
such a fucking. They have dicks.
Yeah.
They've like asserted themselves as just the best. They don't give any money back.
Yep.
Well, they were the original, right?
I think both of
They're
them were
both at the
kind of
same
like at the
time,
same
they're
time, yeah. But like, that's crazy.
I
They
think
gave
that's
back
a
the
great
money
thing.
for Rodgers. They gave back the money for Chubb last night.
Did they really? They get back the money for Rodgers too?
If you had a like same game parlay or whatever parlay you had where that was the one leg
Only
you
one
lost,
leg that lost.
they
Yep.
gave it back.
Oh,
great.
that makes sense. That's
Yeah, I
nice.
think I thought they canceled all the Rodgers, any Rodgers prop
And futures.
and futures.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's awesome.
And FanDuel tells you to go fuck yourself?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're like, we're the best.
That's crazy. That's nuts.
It's crazy.
It's a bet for a reason.
I'll tell you, I was looking at some of the lines over the weekend. There is such a huge disparity. Like, being that there's so many different spots to gamble now, and there's so many, whether it's an app or a casino, like between, I want to say the biggest are probably Caesars, MGM, FanDuel, DraftKings, right?
Right.
We'd say those are the big four,
Yep.
essentially. And then there's so many other ones. But like ESPN's about to come out with another one in a couple months. There's a 1.5 difference everywhere. So if you're betting a ton of money, you can shop that line. You can get different lines.
Yeah.
Like, you can make a killing on that.
Well, not to bring us back to horse racing, but if you go to London, you don't just go to the ticket booth and get $2 to one on a horse or whatever. They have brokers. And you could go to any
Oh,
broker
get outta
that you
here.
want.
Really?
Because
a
they all
person?
have different odds. They're like a team.
Ah.
It's like a team. So they got their own window, and they might have that horse at 3 to 1. The window over there might have that horse at 2 to 1.
Wow.
Oh,
weird,
my God.
right?
That is the most corrupt thing ever.
That is crazy.
That's sketchy.
Yeah.
Super sketchy.
But are they setting the lines off of each other?
That I don't know. I've,
Or is it
I've
just the
never been
take?
there. I just know that there's a difference. It's not just house money. It's not just Belmont Park taking the money. It's not just the place taking the money. But that's kind of the same thing. I mean,
That's like a
that's
trick.
why I stopped betting Caesar. Caesar's odds were awful.
Yeah.
They were always a little bit different and a little bit higher than what I wanted. So,
Yeah, my bookie used a site a couple of years ago. Not the site, my bookie, but my actual bookie used a different site. And those lines were off by at least half a point or a point in every direction. It was bizarre. Like,
it's crazy.
you'd be watching like a pregame show, you'd be talking about it, and and then you go look at the thing, you're like, oh, that's not even close to the odds that they had.
It's a big difference.
Talk about the local teams. Any update for the Hartwick Hawks?
They're not good.
Not good. All right.
Their offense sucks.
Simple.
The defensive end, number 51, shitty game.
What
I'll
about
have to talk to that kid.
any prop bets on the fact that you guys kids are on the same soccer team?
Isn't that amazing? How'd you find that out?
He told me on Sunday.
Rolling up to the soccer field, this guy's
yeah.
standing there.
Kurt,
What time
Kurt
do
comes
they play?
walking up. He's got a chair, a water bottle, a
Yeti?
bed, and there's kids everywhere. He's yelling out. He's like,
Seafoam
God,
Yeti.
get over here. Oh, you do this. Oh. Looking around, like, Jesus Christ, what is going on? And then you look, you're like, oh my God, that's Kurt. It's like, trying to corral them all in one spot.
It's a lot
Is
to
this
handle.
the first year your kids playing?
No.
Oh, because I used to see you when I go.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
best friend's kids play on
But his
Sundays.
kid was literally on my team. It was amazing. They won. They kicked
How old
ass.
are they? I mean, what time do they play?
1:30.
Oh, okay.
On Sunday?
Yeah.
It
It's
sucks.
a killer. Me and this guy were just staring at our phone the whole time. Cheering here and there, but we were
Not for,
staring
not
at
for
our
what was
phone.
happening in front of
Yeah.
you. Not for what was happening in the
There was like a
place you're at.
7-year-old girl down with like a hurt foot, and we were like, yeah, we're high fiving. Everyone's looking at us like, oh, they scored.
I realized last week that we started with the loser first, and that doesn't feel like the right way to start. We gotta start positive.
What do you mean?
Like the who won the week.
Oh, I thought you were saying
You know?
West, a pick.
No, that's fine. I
Gotcha,
think,
gotcha.
but, a couple
You
of
said you
4
want
and
to start
ones.
this off because you won 5-1 again?
I went 4.
Go ahead, 4-1.
Yeah.
You're killing
So did
it.
you.
Yeah, but you got the season long. You got 4-1 and 4-1.
Yeah. I
You're on a
guess.
streak.
I know.
We
You
get it. You
are.
want to start it off. So
It was the darkness retreat.
You're heating
You
up.
got to keep that
I
up.
had no idea what was happening.
You gotta,
When I saw him at 4:30. It was the first time I looked at anything, and it was like, oh my god, I won $190.
all at 1 o'clock too. You were like, I'm done. I won. I'm the big winner.
That was nice.
That was good.
Yeah, yeah. The Green Bay, that line change was insane.
Yeah.
Why was that a line change like that?
Insane.
Huge.
From -1.5 to +1.5.
Yeah. What was the reason for that?
was it
it was
Bakhtiari
just
moved
betting.
out, right?
What's that?
It was just betting on it.
I guess I don't know. I didn't hear anything of why it moved that much. Had to have been
That's
just
crazy.
how much money was going one way or another. The sharps
Yep.
moving it. What else? My wins. Tampa Bay -3. Baker Mayfield still doing it.
Stacking it up.
Also, the Bears are awful once again. The Ravens-Bengals game, not that great of a game. The Bengals, I don't know what's happening there.
I don't know what's wrong with Burrows. It's a calf injury.
Burrows.
Burrow.
I'm saying Burrows every time. Every single time. It's a calf injury? That's the problem? That's
think so, yeah.
hurting his throwing arm?
Yep.
He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine all right. He's 0-2.
That's okay. He was 0-2. He was 0-2 last year.
He's
Was it
definitely
really?
And they went to the AFC Championship.
shit.
I am basically Miss Burrow right now on this podcast.
Miss Burrows.
Miss
I'm
Burrows.
coming back next week. Like Joe Burrow.
Is he like definitely not playing this week?
God, I
I think
hope
so,
not.
right? He's not playing.
Definitely
He's
not playing.
I
don't
didn't
think
read
so.
They didn't
that.
roll him out yet.
I think they
No.
might.
That line hasn't moved.
Who's the backup?
I have no idea.
I don't know either. Who
I'm
is
trying to think of
I was trying
John
to think.
Kitna.
No, I was trying. John Kitna. I love that guy. He's a
Hold on.
Detroit Lion too. Who was the guy with the glasses? Who used to play McMahon or whatever his name was back in the day? What?
Jake
Oh, that
Browning.
was the Bears,
Yeah,
I think,
Bears,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's Jake Browning.
Who?
Yeah, Jake Browning.
Oh, it seems like 0-3.
Remember Browning Nagel? Remember that guy?
Oh, yeah, of course. 4-1, I'll take it.
They didn't rule him out though.
4-1's big.
4-1's big.
8-2 is even bigger,
Yeah.
It's nice.
It was huge.
which is sweet.
Huge.
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 You, I don't even know how you made it.
What does that mean?
Every game, I feel like you're gonna lose. I don't understand how you
thank
get a
you.
W out of it.
You
prayed
seem
it?
really
always down to the
really
wire.
stressed when I saw you at 4:30.
I was very stressed. I
And
just
like-
came from a stressful 7-year-old soccer game. Okay. It's the walk from the car to the field that will get your blood pressure through the roof. Because you're walking with these morons that are related to you.
Assholes.
And they're so fucking slow.
Aren't all kids assholes?
Yes, they're the worst.
Of course, he would back you up on
Thank
the
you.
asshole, Mark.
I was just
But
talking
it's
about
like
this.
you're walking and you're like, all right, let's get to the car. We want to go home and eat some lunch, take a nap, watch some football, not necessarily in that order. And you're walking and it's like, oh, they found a rock that they're going to throw in the stream. It's like, get the fucking car. Wait, the game is over. We just did you for an hour and a half. Okay? I don't understand why we have to just prolong this awful, awful event.
I didn't see you with a chair on your back and a daughter on your shoulders either. I had to do that.
No, I was 100 miles an hour in the car. You keep up. We got stuff to do.
See, I didn't know that was happening. I thought it was just all your stressful bets that you always put in. That's why you were so.
Oh no, those I'm used to. I mean, that's the normal stress. It's the stress of corralling children and getting them places.
So you got to be there at 1:30 every Sunday for the next 6 Sundays.
Whoa.
Support your family.
Yes, you do.
Standing.
Yeah, I'll catch the live stream.
My best friend, her daughter plays at 1, her son plays at 11:30, and she was like, "Hey, if you just ever want to come to the game, like we're around the corner." I'm like, Jenna, there's football right now, so I can come to 11:30, but I have to see about the
I
1
got to get
o'clock.
the pregame.
After I left, I was like thinking about it. Like I was breezing in there. I had just done like a 5-mile hike in the morning. Then I spent 4 hours at the beach, and this guy's like sitting at the bar, like the kid who's behind the bar is not refilling people's drinks, and I could just see the stress on his face. And I'm like, I gotta go.
We were also watching the Jet game, and after 7 minutes, he was like, "I'm leaving this."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That didn't help.
I had that
That didn't help.
same
But I've given up on them.
reaction.
pretty
What'd you
much.
say?
I've given up on them.
This week was hard.
3. Wow.
I've emotionally unattached myself from them.
You move quick in all directions.
I'm a Niners fan now.
It's pretty nice. Nice.
The last season we did this, he jumped at the pack.
That's
Now
right.
you're a Niners fan.
You don't even remember that.
That's right.
But I think that's a healthy decision. Instead of being depressed and miserable every Sunday, you root for a better team. Like,
You know what's not healthy? Being a Jet fan.
I was
No,
going to say,
it's
you
not
should just
good for
change
your-
that from the get-go instead of starting out with them.
no, you have to just have a backup team that gives you a little bit of happiness on a Sunday.
Yours is Cincinnati, right?
Burrows.
Burrows. Burrow.
Kurt.
At this point, I don't really know.
You give the Niners plenty of room on the bandwagon.
Niners are fun to watch.
I'm amped for them. I'm amped for Purdy. Like, everybody was not you. You.
All right, we'll see if they have a quarterback by the end of the year.
Oh, my God.
Kurt's the first one to fuck up all the graphics with a tie. Appreciate
Hey, listen, I got a gift with LA. I got a gift with the Rams. I'll take that win. Saints couldn't cover. For some reason, that was the only time they let that guy, Bryce Young, go down the field with no time on the clock, I guess.
That guy, put some respect on his name.
He's awful. Respect. He doesn't belong in the NFL.
He's 2 weeks in.
He's not even emotional.
He has nobody to throw the ball to in his defense.
Nobody. He's not even emotional about anything.
He has nobody.
He has Adam Thielen.
First of all, the Saints have weapons all over the field. They should
And
have run those
They should have killed
motherfuckers
him.
out of there.
They should have absolutely killed
The
him.
Saints are a disappointment to start the year.
Yeah.
I mean,
Big time.
a 2-0 disappointment. That's not a bad place to be.
But still, like they have the like, how are they not just scoring at will with those guys?
He's new.
Is it Carr?
Yeah, I mean, it's new.
He's happy, though. He said he's having so much fun playing football again.
You know what he didn't do is run for more than 3.5 yards last night.
That was the prop
That
bet?
is pathetic.
I asked
yes.
her last night, and I'm like, give me a couple prop
How
bets.
do
I don't
you
even
not
have
get
the
3.5
brain power to
yards?
look at this right now. She's like,
he doesn't
oh,
move.
Derek Carr over 3.5 yards. Got to get that. And I'm like, yeah, got to get that.
Brilliant.
And I totally forgot about fucking Taysom Hill.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, of course he's not going to get 3.5
he's not
yards.
going to run anywhere.
So, and then
Oops.
last place.
What
Katie,
place?
1-4.
Oh, 180 degrees from.
Any
your
thoughts?
Mine?
Just moving on.
Yeah, no. I mean, no.
record. First 2 weeks are hard.
You keep
They're
saying that.
hard.
Next
And
2 weeks are hard, too.
You keep saying that.
5 and 6 might be a little bit better. It is, though. It is.
Good
I
week.
mean, yeah, no.
All right, good week for us overall. 12-7-1. That's winning if you bet with us. And then also you got to stay dialed in on the weekend because there's a lot of props coming your way, a lot of horses, a couple high life matches I got for this weekend.
My running back prop came in as well.
Yes,
That was nice.
that was
You
nice.
did. You hit 4 of them, right? Was it a
It was
4
three.
of
It was
them?
three running backs, but I used the boost. They are giving boosts away like crazy.
So many
on FanDuel.
boosts. I did that week 1, actually, and I won all my money back.
I do
and
like
plus.
that.
I thought you
I
were
did.
gonna
I
get
bet
yours
my
on Sunday
first
night
one.
too.
Getting into game. Oh, why was Zeke at 23 yards for me?
I don't know. There's
It was
no
for
way,
me too.
It
There's
was
no,
for you too, right?
Yeah.
I
What are
don't-
you using?
I don't remember what I looked at. I looked at a whole bunch of. I looked at players1.net.
12.
It wasn't
It was
12.
double the number.
Yeah, it was. That was too far.
Luckily, I put all
24.
those in.
That's great because he's fucking shot. There's no 24 was. I don't understand why it was so much. The guy had 9 yards the first.
Well,
week.
when I saw 24, I was like, all right, if they're gonna give him one more chance, this is the game that they're gonna give him the chance to run the ball, and he looked like dog shit.
Well, with Belichick, it's always this game is yours. The next game is this guy. Like it's always one. You never know. That's why it's always horrible to have Belichick
Yes.
guys on your team because he doesn't care about anything other than winning that day.
Yep.
There's no stats. There's no continuity in anything. But I mean, 24. I would have said no fucking way. I don't know. Maybe I was looking at something wrong. Like I was looking very quickly at that sheet that I sent you,
Yeah.
and then I was looking at the one bookie out that I used, Players One, and I saw 12 and a half, and I was like, oh, he might have that.
That
was
four-player
like-
prop for like $7 was gonna pay 125.
I know.
I couldn't believe it.
But I bet them all separate, so I may at least get
Good
my
for
money
you.
back.
You're always smarter doing that.
You know.
Always piling it up.
Well, I had money. I was at zero before I went in that darkness cave. And we came back and I had $190 and I was
Nice.
like, what am I betting on now? You know?
on the night game.
He was like Batman in the last one where he goes to that little cave and he comes
He
out
has to
and
climb out.
he's suddenly strong again. His back doesn't hurt. It's like, oh wow, it's crazy.
It's the fucking horse racing is the problem. I got to get out of that. Because I was 8-1 on college football on Saturday. And then I'm like, why do I have no money? Like I could put in my 5 bets and the $5 parlay on my bets. I had
What'd you
$30
bet
left.
college football?
Everything.
Florida kicked ass.
Yeah.
Your Colorado
Colorado
State.
State covered.
Work just huge. I took
Yeah, I
Houston.
hit you on
That
that.
was a crazy game.
I took Houston with it and they didn't show up.
Yeah, Houston. I lost on Houston. That was it.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Picked the wrong one.
I wanted to bet on USF because that was a terrible line, which they got it, but the payout was nothing. It wasn't worth the bet.
I was a inch away of doing Alabama at halftime, coming back, winning. I think it was like plus 280 or something like that because they were down. Were they down at the half or it was like
Yeah,
It was
the whole game.
3-0.
right? And that
Versus my
that would have
squad.
been easy money.
All right, season stats. As a whole, we're 17-17-1. We got to pick it up.
Gotta fix that. Gotta fix that.
Yep. I'm 8-2. Trip 7-3. Kurt 5-4-1. Katie's 3-7.
It's fine. I'm coming back. I'm Joe Burrow. I'm winning the next. He won 12 out of the 14 at the end of the
There you
season
go.
last year.
All right, Miss Burrows.
Win a week.
Burrow.
Most impressed with last week. I got one. Trip's gonna love this one.
I
Tua absolutely owns Belichick.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I love that for him.
5-0 against Bill Belichick. He is.
It's amazing.
How is that possible?
I don't know, but Chris Collinsworth completely called that game correctly. He said Bill Belichick's going to give them anything underneath
Yep.
the entire time, play the game in the red zone.
Not going to give you Tyreek Hill.
It's exactly what they did. Just the Patriots, they couldn't score. They couldn't score. Like for the first 3 quarters, they couldn't score. But they played that game perfectly and the exact way they designed that game. And Miami was just a better team. Miami's the better team.
Full show.
A lot of weapons.
Yeah, a lot.
A lot of weapons.
Lot. First place.
I got one. You guys are gonna love this one.
It's Puka.
No,
something.
it's not. It's not Puka,
Tutu?
but he sure is impressive.
Who is it?
It's the Commanders, folks.
Oh
I
my
knew it.
freaking
All right?
God! The Washington
I'm
football
not playing
team.
a game here. 10 wide receivers he threw to, and they're giving the ball to Robinson. They were down 21-3. They came back, took them over, took Russell Wilson and Sean Payton's first win away. Impressive.
10 receivers is impressive.
I think it's the definition
10
of
different
impressive.
targets.
Yeah.
I like them. 2-0. Watch out, Giants.
The NFC East is hot.
Watch out, Giants to the
The
toilet.
NFC East, I
You
think,
wanna
is
go? You
like
want me to
7-1 or something like that. Like their fucking record
Yeah.
is crazy. Yeah. The Giants have the only loss, I believe, right?
Sure, they should have had 2.
What else?
Mayfield's. I'm actually on board with the Bucks.
Yes.
I text my friends from school that are fans. I'm like, you guys might actually be really good. I wasn't sure about it week 1, but Mayfield's had another solid week. Their defense is good. I have a fun fact, actually. Tampa Bay was the worst team against the line last year with Brady. This year, they're 2 straight up and against the spread.
Let's go Bucks.
But they may be tested a little bit versus the Birds this week, I feel like. That's a true.
Johnny Parlay
game.
is saying a lot of smart things and his record showing it.
I'm going to keep it going this week.
Keep that trend up.
Keep it going this week.
You got the Bucks.
Trip, you got anything?
The thing I was most impressed with is not really football related, but it's a Detroit Lions fan and how horny he was at the game.
I saw that.
I didn't
I
see
saw
it.
that.
Damn it.
Oh.
I did not see it.
I want to read these messages.
Wait, what happened?
No,
But I'm
don't
gonna-
read them.
What do you mean? What
I'm
Wait,
gonna need
I
this.
didn't see it.
Don't read them.
You didn't see it.
No,
Can I
show
read
me.
one?
Show me
Yeah,
right
read
now.
one.
Read
Alright.
one.
I don't
Well-
think I saw it.
Okay, Katie, I'm going to need you to cover your ears. So there was a Detroit Lions fan, and there was someone sitting behind him, and this guy was texting, and apparently he was a little bit older, so his
Amazing.
his bubbles were. Oh no, I'm going to read them out.
Okay.
You're going to get very uncomfortable very
We're gonna
quickly. I
cut
can't
this
wait
out.
for this. So his bubbles are very big. So this guy took pictures of him texting. First quarter, give me a few. I'm going home after this. Guy says okay. Then whoever is texting with him responds. Then I'm myself for a while. You've got my throbbing.
Oh my God.
We're not using this.
It's gonna be beep, beep, beep,
Well,
beep.
we don't have to- He responds with, "If you can first, then just video yourself."
That's all you had to read.
All right.
What?
We didn't need
It's
the
time
P
for a
word.
break already.
Wait, this made
There's 2 more.
Instagram?
There's 2 more. No, that's not. It's not on Instagram. But he was texting. I mean, it gets worse and dirtier. And to be that level of horny in the first quarter,
Right? He's got a long game left to go
fucking
home with
impressive.
that.
So that is my most impressive of last week. Was
It's
that
like
Lions
fucking
fan.
pay attention. Your team needs you, bro. What the fuck you doing?
No. This girl needed him.
How do you know it was a girl?
she said
He was old? Super old?
she had a
I
vagina.
know.
Couldn't really see.
Older. Probably our age. A little older.
Couldn't really see.
The fact that he had to have the zoom in, like the Johnny Mays font on his phone, led me to believe he was a little bit older.
Detroit fan. That was a good game, too. Why would he need to be texting like that?
Seriously. All right. Wow.
That's a fourth quarter text.
Okay, wow.
My biggest surprise was not that big of a surprise, but it's the Chargers.
Ooh.
They're the
Opposite
same
surprise.
old Chargers. The coach is terrible. He's going to have to go.
He has
Yeah.
to go.
He's going to
Absolutely.
have to go. And like Justin Herbert, has there ever been a quarterback in history that's been crowned more than him and he's done absolutely nothing?
No big games.
Nothing. Here's a fun fact. I don't really usually do these, and I'm going to give you one.
I love that.
They're the 33rd team in the Super Bowl era with 50-plus points and 0 turnovers through 2 games. They're the only team to start 0-2.
Wow.
Wow.
Insane.
Oh, my God. Maybe they don't have a defense.
That's
they don't
rough.
Even play.
Just loaded up.
Jesus. That's terrible.
Chargers and Bengals. Surprised.
Well, I had Joshua Kelly for 40 yards for a 7-leg parlay, and he had 39. And they went to overtime.
You got a lot of parlays going.
I do. I
that
should
all
be
you do
Kurt
is
Parlay.
parlays?
I love parlays. I got to feel
the payouts
really,
better?
really
Change
good.
your name.
I got to feel really, really good about a team to just put money on that one team. The payout is just so much.
It's better.
It's so much juicier.
Oh.
When you get it.
Dude, I won 5 this week. I'm telling you, from week 1 to week 2, it was like, I feel like I could bet everything now. And that next week, I'm just going to crush. I'm just going to die. Who knows?
Any other
We
surprises?
gotta cut these real quick, though.
Any other surprises?
I don't know if it's a surprise, but it is for me on how bad the Jets did. Like, they didn't compete in that game at all.
Surprise.
We can't go
Come
to the Jets
on.
We can't go back to the Jets anymore.
No, you're not surprised by how bad they did. And did you see? So you saw the comment that I sent you guys about Sauce?
They just got one. What's not surprising to me is that like it's not the talent on the field. They just got out coached out of the fucking stadium.
Oh, it's a little bit the O-line. I mean, a little bit.
The coaching is so bad. It's
So
like
bad.
the defense gets obliterated. The defense is built around. They have 10 defensive linemen. The defense has to get home, and they fucking played them perfectly. Perfectly. They moved CeeDee Lamb all over the field, and the Jets couldn't adjust. And that's why that guy is the fucking head coach, is because that's his defense. And he couldn't fucking change the defense. And then the same thing on the offense. Put fucking Wilson in the slot. Move him around. Everybody knows what he's doing every single time.
Right.
They line him up outside. He runs down the field. They fucking throw him the ball. The one time they run him across the middle of the field, it's a touchdown.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Yep.
It's just the coaching. Like Mike McCarthy fucking shit all over them. It was embarrassing. Embarrassing.
I agree. Kind of the same thing with Pickens. Guy runs up through the middle of the field once. He gets a 70-yard touchdown. The rest of the game, they're throwing dump passes to
They
the
know
corner
what
to
they're
the floor.
know what they're going to do every single time. And you know what? It's going to happen again this weekend with the Patriots.
Yep. It'll be a closer game, though.
I don't think
It's
so.
disappointing.
For my surprise, I'm gonna give you a little blind resume. Let me know if you guys know what I'm talking about here. This quarterback is 0-13 when his opponent scores more than 24 points. He's got 21 drives in 12 games, which would have won or tied the game. He converted one of them. On the one that he did convert, the very next possession that they got the ball back, all they needed was one first down to end the game. He threw a pick six.
Russell Wilson.
Nope.
No.
Good guess.
His defense has held an opponent to 24 or fewer points more than any other defense in the last 3 years. This guy's got a 3-12 record against playoff teams. He's 0-12 when they have he's 0-12 and he's had the ball with 7 or less points to tie or go ahead in the fourth quarter.
Herbert.
Nope.
Kirk Cousins.
Nope.
Jimmy?
The wins, he's
Shit.
3-12 against playoff teams.
Dare say Jimmy.
You'll get it now. He's 3-12 against playoff teams. Those wins were against the Dolphins when Skylar Thompson was the quarterback, against the Titans with A.J. Brown and
Josh
Derrick Henry out,
Joshy Allen.
and the Bills. He beat the Bills in the snow game where he threw 3
Matt
passes.
Jones.
McCorkle Jones is one of the
You're
worst.
you're picking on a guy that your team just beat.
Yes.
How dare
This is
you?
what
You
he
know why?
does.
Dare
Because
you?
he gets no. He's had no bad press. He gets no
He
shit.
will, though. He will.
How is? Look at it. Those stats I just read off are atrocious.
He's not good.
If he was a top 20 pick, or he was one of these guys that was going to be the face of the franchise turnaround, they'd be talking about him as the biggest bust, and there's no way this guy starts his third year. This now, granted, he had 2 offensive co-offensive coordinators last year, fine, but he's a bad quarterback. It's a very bad, very boring offense.
I agree.
He should get more
It's
shit
almost like they're
for
not
being
even
so
trying.
terrible.
It's almost like they're not even trying.
It
on
doesn't make
offense.
any sense.
It's fascinating to me though. Is like it's a quarterback league, and they can't come off these quarterbacks. It's the same thing with Zach Wilson. He's never going to be a good NFL
Right.
quarterback.
But I
you
think they
have
did.
to move on.
They moved
you
on
know?
from
I'd
him.
take
You
Mac-
have to
move
2 years,
forward.
right?
I would take Mac Jones over Zach Wilson.
Well, that's the debate, right? Is like, what would Mac Jones do in the Jets offense? I heard that 25 times this past weekend, and it's like, Who cares?
But there's a difference.
Move on.
I think we have more weapons than the Patriots.
Definitely.
You've got the Rams. They went and got Stafford, won a Super Bowl. You got the Bucks. They got Brady, won a Super Bowl. It's the same thing. The Jets tried to do the same exact thing.
Right.
The Patriots need to move on. He's never going to be.
That's what I don't understand.
An NFL quarterback.
You put Mac Jones on the Jets and you ask him to do what you're asking Zach Wilson to do. Now, on the Pats, Belichick is definitely screaming at him, don't turn it over. Don't force a play. We'd rather punt than anything. And that's why the guy's 0-13 against teams that score 24 points because they're not putting up points. That's why he's never, ever, ever in 3 years had a fourth quarter drive to come back and win the game. It's never happened. And he's had multiple opportunities. He's had double-digit opportunities. He's really, I looked at those stats. I was shocked by it. I couldn't believe that.
Well, then what do you think the plan is with Belichick? What do you think the plan? Because he's never going to lose enough where he's got a number 3 pick.
Well, what's weird about him, too, is he's also so fucking hard-headed. Go get a wide receiver. At least try something.
Yeah.
You know?
They have 2 guys that are number 3, 4s on any other team, and that's who they're trying to use as their. I thought they would use the tight ends more.
Yeah,
I thought they would
That's usually
use
what he
those
does.
2, but they're not even throwing to him. They're throwing to Henry a little bit, but they're not using Gesicki at all.
No, Gesicki, I don't know. I mean, he's
still though. It's
not a great tight end, but
option though. I mean, in
the
Miami,
guy's a hell of an
he had
athlete.
touchdowns.
He can catch. He can go down the field. He just can't block.
Right.
So he's only going to get out there in split formations, and he essentially is going to run the Kelsey position, that kind of more of a wide receiver than you are a tight end. But once he's not nearly as good as the other guys that could do that position. He's not nearly as good as I know Kyle Pitts. They refuse to throw him the ball, but he's not as good as Kelsey is.
Right.
So if you can't block and you're not that standout stud, nobody's got any use for you.
Miami's in trouble. New England's in trouble.
They'll beat the
Why
Jets by 3
doesn't
touchdowns this weekend.
Bell? Don't do that.
I love how high he is,
To
and then how
low.
fucking low he
They're going to win
gets.
by 3
It's
touchdowns this
amazing.
weekend.
No.
It's amazing.
14-0.
Oh God.
Belichick.
You're not going into the
last
Meadowlands.
14
You're
games.
killing
14-0.
me. Shut up.
He's been against the Jets.
Why do you think Belichick hasn't gone and got people? That's usually what he does. He'll get anybody and make them into a superstar.
I feel like it's a try and win without money situation, right?
Prove you're
Got a
smarter than
system.
So
everybody
he could have full control, be smarter than everybody else. You're
think
not
that's-
spending a lot of money. Let's see what we could do. Get some
And it's-
playoffs.
He's had one wide receiver, Randy Moss. That was it.
Right.
Never
And
had
that's what it
anybody.
says, if
know?
Brady had, 1 or 2 studs, how
Because he
good could
always
they
had
have
tight
been?
ends.
Right.
Would they have been that great? Or
Gronkowski.
it's also tough to
Hernandez.
figure out into that system because
good.
I always said Belichick
was
wasn't great with the Browns, wasn't terrible, but wasn't great.
Murderer.
The reason he was so good is they won early because of the defense and the schemes. So they won early, and then as you brought these kind of whack jobs in, he brought Ocho Cinco in. He brought, even when he brought Randy Moss in, you would continually bring in these guys that were quote unquote ring chasing, but they'd come in and it was you have to fall into that system. And you have to be a Belichick
Right.
guy.
You have to be a guy.
Right. There's no standouts. There's no essentially no I in team bullshit. That's what he preaches.
Right.
You don't have a pedigree. You don't have a background. You can't do that. So when all his coaches leave him and go coach at other organizations, stuff like that, they try to do similar things and it doesn't work because you don't have that pedigree. You don't have that background. So when an Eric Mangini is telling me something, the guy's a 27-year-old defensive lineman is looking at him going, who the fuck are you? Shut up. You haven't won anything. So you're not going to get those guys to buy into that system. So you got to figure out another way.
It's true. Listen, I had New England at +2, right? Or -2? They were +2 at home.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad about that bet at all until I heard that they were on their 4th string corner. And I was like, all right, this game's over.
And that's why he just played that.
This game's absolutely over. They got
Essentially-
nobody to defend.
Played an umbrella all night
Yeah.
long.
Ridiculous.
They'll still beat the Jets by 3 touchdowns.
Stop it. God, even I'm trying to get on the Jets side a little bit.
Who's going to
Yeah.
score in that game? That's what's hysterical. Who's going to score? The last Zach Wilson against the Pats is hysterical because of the ghosts. Because he sees ghosts.
It'll be
against him.
somewhat close.
I don't think so because I just think he's just going to outcoach them.
Yeah, I
everybody knows what to do against the Jets now.
Right.
It's 8 in the box and just get there. That's what happened 2 weeks in a row.
Johnny Parlay found them out in 2 weeks. Jets are found.
Yeah, until they win next week and he comes in with face paint on.
We're going to the Super Bowl.
I'm seeing an AFC Championship game.
Listen. In the next 4 weeks, we got
That's
this.
on point.
He's going to start giving you stats.
We'll see.
My biggest surprise is Baker Mayfield. That's it. The guy's got 400 plus yards, 3 TDs, no interceptions. He's doing it right.
Did you see the stuff
good.
with him calling out the signals? He
No.
At halftime he came to the locker room. Some guy was saying it on one of the things. He came to the locker room. He goes, "All right, when they signal this, when the coach does this, it means cover 2. When he does this, they're going to 3. When they do this, it's a cover 6. When they do this, it's a quarters." He picked up on their defensive calls,
Right.
audibles, and signals by halftime. Like, one, that's terrible for the other team. 2, like, holy shit, this guy's he's getting cerebral too. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Like you're almost selling me on hoping that it's real because I do like
I do.
the guy,
I like watching that guy play.
but I won't be surprised if he throws 3 interceptions next game and loses hard.
What about the comparison between him and Deshaun Watson?
Deshaun Watson looked like garbage.
So it's like he's making $9.5 million. His contract's $9.5 million, and Watson's
Yep.
is $240.
4-4 as a Cleveland Brown.
It's crazy.
It's ridiculous. It's a huge waste of money. Huge waste of money.
That's crazy.
Question is, do they buy a running back? Do they have money for a running back?
Who are they going to get?
I
think Kareem Hunt they signed today.
Oh, are you serious?
I think
They
so,
met
yeah.
with he met with them.
I didn't know Kareem Hunt isn't in the league because he doesn't think he got a good enough offer from
yeah.
another fucking team. I'm like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
Wow.
No one wants to work.
Cleveland.
First down, dogs.
We're good.
All right, Kathleen, you're up first.
Are we back?
Yeah, we're back. We're always back. Give me a pick. I got to fucking drop off my paperwork that Heather stole.
All right, so my first pick, which I know you're already going against, but it's fine.
Would you take a look at his
Are you
paper?
taking the fucking Jets again?
Stop looking at my shit.
No, fuck the New York teams, 100%.
I wanted to pick the Jets money line, but I fucking didn't.
I was.
I'm gonna bet.
Never
But you
mind.
stop doing drugs.
I just started to talk bad about them instead the whole time.
I want to start talking
Trash
truth.
my team. Chicago at Kansas City. Chicago is just not good. Field another 2 interceptions last game. I'm taking the under 47.5.
Wow. Don't love that. Sorry.
Yeah, I am, because if the Bears are shit, I don't know if Kansas City's gonna go over 48 points by themselves.
I'm taking the over 47.5.
Ooh,
The
totally
Bears are
opposite.
fucking so bad, but I'm not even worried about that. The Chiefs have yet to break out. Last week, the Jaguars last week.
Yeah.
Not a great game, but it's
No.
happening. It's going to happen this week. They are going to put up over 48 points on the Bears by themselves.
I don't know if Kelsey's playing.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Mahomes got something to prove. He's got $210 guaranteed $1 million
fucking
to celebrate
It's true.
over the next 3 years.
This is a true statement that you just made.
I think they hit it themselves.
Lots of money.
Well, we go over so far where we are as far as like trends on the weeks. Last week was huge
Overs all the time.
for the overs. So the first week it was dominated by the unders. Last week was 13-3 on overs. Underdogs won again, 9-6-1 last week. Underdogs for the season are at 61%. Road teams, 20-11-1. Road teams are like 62%, I want to say, 63%. And unders in primetime games are 5-2. Primetime unders, people love them.
It's amazing.
I was really worried that you were going to say you were going to take KC minus 13.5.
Oh God, yeah.
No, that's crazy.
I almost want the Bears at plus 13.5. I'm not even lying to you. I might come back to it.
That line's insane.
And the line's
That's a
insane.
big line.
All right.
I mean, Fields threw over 200 yards this week. You got to watch out.
He's slowly getting there.
He's slow.
He's so big. Did you watch any of the cut-ups?
You know what was
Oh, my
super
goodness.
surprising and almost my most biggest surprise was Claypool getting a goddamn touchdown.
Yeah, that was a nice touchdown.
I
too.
mean, geez Louise.
I think he doesn't score there, they might cut him.
I
The
think
people in
everybody should
Chicago
cut him.
hate him.
He's terrible. He's not a good player.
Stop. That's a Notre Dame boy.
the Chiefs are due.
They're not due.
Yes, they are.
We're
They're
gonna.
due for a big week.
It actually does make me a little nervous going against you because you are on a
He's hot.
roll.
Side
hot.
bet. Side bet.
But
What's the side bet? What's the side bet?
one loss can be my win, so it's okay.
Very true, but there could be a side bet.
Side bet.
What's
Where's
the side bet?
Where's my Doritos?
Shit, you have to remind me.
Double Doritos now.
They're Italian Doritos.
Now it's double Doritos.
Or
All right,
you
I
American
am
ones, Italian.
jumping right into it. I hate the 0.5 added to this spread,
The
but
hook?
now you know what? Detroit, Atlanta. We're going over 45.5.
Wow.
All right. I wanted Detroit. I like Detroit. If it was 3 or under, I would have probably went hard on Detroit, especially after coming off that loss. Very disappointed in that loss. Over 45.5. Detroit could score. I'm pretty sure Atlanta could score. I mean, the running back came through last week with 100 yards.
Kenyon Drake sighting.
Kenyon Drake sighting?
You got a touchdown.
For who? Atlanta?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, they don't need him.
Pitts, too.
They don't need that guy. Pitts was terrible again.
He scored again. He scored last week.
Did he really?
Both of them.
There must have been some
What were
late
you
scoring
watching?
at that soccer game that we were at. There must have been some late scoring. No, Atlanta 2-0 is shocking to everybody. I think these teams are going to put up points in the Dome in Detroit, going over 45.
The Lions
It's a good bet.
Lions last 10 games at home, combined score has been over 51 every time.
Wow. Keep it up. Keep it up, people.
That's a lot of fucking points.
It's a lot of points.
It's a good bet. I'm jumping in on it. I'm taking Detroit minus 3.5. I just can't bet on anybody with a quarterback named Desmond Ridder.
And I can't see them going 3-0. I really can't.
Are they all healthy?
I don't know. Well, they
'Cause I like that
lost
too.
Montgomery's out, right?
Yeah.
Montgomery's out, yes.
But that's
But they
fine.
got Gibbs.
Yeah,
That's
Gibbs
good.
the
That could be a
fuck-
good thing, yeah.
It's enough for
Absolutely.
him.
What about Amon-Ra St. Brown?
It's Reynolds.
I think it's a bruise. I think it's a bruised leg. It's
I
or
think
a
he's
bruised
gonna play.
hammy or something like that. It's nothing crazy that I think he should play.
Goff got that pick streak out of the way, and he's going to start a new one.
There you go. There you go. I still don't trust God.
Lions minus 3.5.
I'm gonna take that with you. You convinced me.
Wow. All right.
You got the Lions are 8-3 against the spread in their last 11. They're putting up a ton of points at home, like you said. Atlanta is not that good. Desmond Ritter's not that good. Watched a lot of him play. Not that good. The Lions as well.
Say it again.
Not that good. Because I'm trying to turn the TV on and everyone's hyping this guy up. I'm like, all right, enough.
I don't get it either.
Everybody was hyping up Jordan Love after 1 week, talking about he's the next coming, and then the guy had a quarterback sneak and forgot the fucking ball.
Yep. Watson did that twice.
Robinson is nasty.
Yeah, but
on
Watson
it.
did that while getting a massage.
See, like the thing with the
Jesus.
Falcons is all of those guys we just talked about, Drake, Pitts, Robinson, talented crew, but like I just can't get behind the quarterback. You gotta need a real quarterback.
They're an old name
understandable.
team.
You know?
There's a lot of teams like that.
They got
I know
guys.
one.
Yeah.
They got guys. Like when you start mentioning it, like, oh, that guy's good. Oh, that guy's good. They got guys.
Right. What do you got, Katie?
My next one,
I love that she goes first. This is great. So much pressure, isn't it?
no, because I have my picks done.
Yeah, good for you, too.
Are they good picks?
Yeah, seriously.
If you go 5-0, you're still under 500. Go on.
Hey, asshole.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I had a shot. I had a dick once.
I'm taking your squad. I'm going with the
Go with the
Dolphins.
Fins? I don't like them in that spot.
What?
I'm weary. I'm weary about them.
All right.
Well, you-
I'm
you-
taking Broncos at Miami, minus 6.5 Miami. Tua is shutting up the doubters. I love this for him. They run it with Raheem. They throw to Hill and Waddle. They have a lot of just talent on the team. I'll take them at home, minus 6.5. Also, Russell Wilson only has a total of 485 yards. Tua is crushing him on total yards right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Miami,
Big
minus
Fangio
6.5.
revenge game.
I hope Sean Payton I can't stand him. I just keep fucking burying that motherfucker.
He became such a heel. Where did that come from?
Hate him.
I mean, it wasn't always like that.
Hate him.
That's a consistent thing you've said every week.
Soften him up for the Jets next week.
Is there 2 Monday night games again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. I hate it.
Apparently they're gonna do it I think there's one more a week after this.
First of all, I don't ever want to see my
don't like
team
when they're on
with
at
a
the same
split
time.
screen again. I can't do the split screen thing. I got the horrible New Orleans Carolina game in the
It
corner.
was the 2 worst games of the week.
What? All right, if you're gonna go crazy, it was sloppy. Pittsburgh and Cleveland.
I could
that
watch.
was an
Bro,
entertaining game.
the first half of both
Come
of those games was
on.
unwatchable.
The first half of the
They were
Cleveland.
so
There
were
was
going somewhere different
fumbles
with
galore, interceptions galore. I mean, it was amazing. That was amazing.
It's messy.
I told you I watched I think 3 plays.
Entertaining.
Wow.
And I was like, fuck, I have New Orleans in my suicide pool. Turn the game on because I was watching the other game.
I agree with you. The New Orleans game was boring as hell.
Right, but I was watching that, and then I was like, oh, let me check out the Steelers. Threw on the Steelers, and it was the 3 worst plays they had in the entire game. And I was like, fuck me. Turn this game off. And then they came back and won.
Dude, that Steeler game was fantastic. I loved it. All right, I'm going Rams Cincinnati. I'm taking another over, 43.5. These guys are going to score. They're gonna go nuts. I mean, as long as Burrows is playing, we're gonna get scores back and forth. I mean, listen, Puka, another 150 yards out of this guy. They do nothing but score, and I think it's just gonna be back and forth. Cincinnati is gonna do anything they can to get a W out of this game. So they're just gonna keep on going. Their defense has not shown up
Their
yet.
defense is terrible.
They have not shown up at all. I see it as a barn burner.
Puka was Zach Wilson's wide receiver at BYU.
Was he really?
Yeah.
That's a fun fact.
I'm glad-
I like Puka. He
glad the Rams got the
crushed
good
it
guy.
in fantasy too.
Nice bet.
I feel like that's that line doesn't make sense to me.
No.
It doesn't.
I
make
want to
sense.
know we got to look up what that line was before the season started. That look ahead line.
How the hell are you going to look at that game line before the
This guy's probably got some login to something.
No, they put lines out for every
the
game. before the season starts.
Do
the
they?
$82 package deal that you buy?
No, it's way more than $82.
I just hope everybody plays, and I think that'll be a fun game.
That should be a shootout.
I would hope so.
You hope it's a shootout just for football fans.
It seems low,
fun.
right? I was
Seems low.
expecting like 47 on that.
Might be
game.
wrong.
It's
I don't know
not.
who I don't know.
I'm going 43.5. It's set in stone.
All right. Trip, you're up.
I am going over 54.5 Los Angeles Chargers at Minnesota Vikings.
Wow.
54.5 is a lot of fucking
It's
points.
a lot
of points. I'm just going. I looked at it and I was like, "That's too many points. That's
It's a
crazy."
lot of points.
Even though both teams have been scoring, that's too many points. It stuck out like a sore thumb. It made no sense to me why it's that high. Someone knows something. I don't know. I'm taking over 54.5.
I'm with you on that one.
Wow.
My man.
I wanted to bet this game
That's
so
a
bad.
lot.
But the Chargers and the fucking Vikings, you cannot pick either one of
Sure you
those
can.
teams.
Sure you can.
No, you can't.
I'm doing it.
They're both of those teams. Both of those teams are throwing the shit out of the ball. Explosive passing from both of them. That game's definitely going over.
Yeah.
Well-
When I think of Kirk Cousins, I always think of explosive.
Yeah.
Listen, Eckler's out. Minnesota is dying for a win. I'll take the 1.5. I'll
You're taking
give
the
them-
Vikings?
I'm taking the. I'm
That's
going
Dude,
Why
Vikings.
would you do that?
I'm
Why would you do
Going
that?
Vikings one more time. Jefferson is going to get 2 TDs. Definitely.
He better. Otherwise, he's going to
Eckler-
flip out.
Yeah,
no
he's gonna
Eckler
lose his
is
shit.
really the key of this game. I'm going
That's why I
Minnesota.
love that over.
It's a do or die win. for
Eckler's definitely
Minnesota.
not playing.
Eckler's. I'm pretty sure he's like 90% not playing. There's no timetable on him for like 2 weeks. So I'm taking Minnesota.
What'd you say about
You're
Minnesota?
playing-
You
I'm
got
doing it
diarrhea the whole
0-2
game?
Minnesota
it.
Vikings.
I'm taking the Vikings. I have to.
That's scary.
That's terrifying.
It's super
I
terrifying.
will
That-
not pick the Vikings once this year.
That is Kirk Cousins.
Can't do it.
at
No, I
1
already
o'clock.
tried. Fuck
That is
him.
Kirk Cousins at 1 o'clock at home. He's doing it. 522 yards. He's
Auditioning for
throwing
the
it.
Jets job.
I'm telling you.
We'll take him. Damn, I think I'm done. I think I got all my picks in.
You don't have 5. You definitely have 3 or 4.
3.
Where
Katie,
you
you're
at,
up.
Katie?
I'm up. I'm taking Pittsburgh at the Raiders. -1.
Staying away from that game. I don't want any extra headaches.
But you just took the Vikings.
Yeah, I know.
That's a heart attack.
I don't want a double whammy on the Steelers.
Yeah, Pittsburgh at the Raiders -1. I have a soft spot for Devontae Adams forever since he was on the Packers, but the Raiders are bad. They got demolished by the Bills last week. Jimmy threw 2 interceptions. Pickett went from 2 interceptions to 1 interception last week. So
Yeah.
maybe this is the week he goes to 0. And
He's
like
not doing
that's how it
well.
just plays
He's
good.
not doing well.
We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm taking Pitt -1. Hopefully they can get the win.
The only thing I could possibly say is Garoppolo might not make it through that game.
Yeah, he's
So it's a good bet in that sense. He might not make it.
I saw something today. TJ Watt is the sack leader. For
Yeah,
Pitt.
saw that too.
81 and a
that
half. I have
Harrison?
no idea.
took it from
How
Harrison.
is it not
He's
Kevin
so
Green?
good.
Any of those guys.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it, and I didn't think it was real. And
Greg Lloyd,
like
anybody from that era.
If I'm wrong, didn't he score a return fumble against Kansas City? The only TD that they scored in the playoffs.
He scored that.
Didn't
That
Watt
happened
get that
this
touchdown?
week.
Because they were saying that was his first career touchdown.
Well, I thought he did.
I could have sworn he slid into the end zone in the beginning of that KC playoff game. And I didn't get a chance to look
it
it
his
up. But
brother?
yeah,
Maybe they
I can't
brought it
believe
back.
he's the leader. I was shocked by that stat.
With that, all the defenses that team has had, that's so fast.
Kevin Green. Oh my God.
I used to love all of their defenses. So good.
That's what got me into him, man. Bill Cowher and that defense. Jesus. It's
Fuck,
like
the
heaven.
Steelers. Fuck the Steelers.
I was like, there's no way. And then I saw it on multiple channels.
Not 0-2.
That's a stinky game to pick.
Hey, there's a
Josh
lot
Jacobs.
of stinky games. To
I mean, listen, they always suck against the Raiders, but they should win that game.
Yeah, they
They
should.
should
'Cause
absolutely win that game.
Josh Jacobs
by
had
one
9
point,
carries,
they should freaking win the game.
9 carries for minus 2 yards.
Josh Jacobs.
The whole game?
Yeah, that was his stat line for the last game.
That's awful. That's terrible.
He did start throwing to Pickens too. Remember, you said that after week 1.
Yeah, he had a touchdown.
Yeah.
He gave me that one. That was good.
Oh, good.
Listen, you got to throw to him. That guy Warren got them moving a little bit.
My name's not fucking Warren.
Najee looked pretty bad, though.
Najee was bad last year.
He was just looking around, trying to find a hole. If Chubb played that game, they would have won. What, is that dirty?
Yeah.
He was just looking around, trying
little
to find
bit.
a hole
A
like
little
the
bit.
Detroit Lions.
You're at a Lions game?
All right, who goes? I just fell asleep in the middle of this.
I have 3. You got to wake up, boy.
Imagine sitting at a football
The
game talking
pick-
about water sports. Just as you're sitting there watching your team. That's fucking crazy.
I have
I'll
3.
go. I got 2 in. I'll go. I'm going to take the under in the Baltimore Ravens and Indianapolis Colts game. Colts don't know who the quarterback's going to be. It should definitely be Minshew because there's no way if you had a concussion, you're perfectly okay to play on Sunday. Unless they have the Dolphins
You know
doctor from last week. Yeah. The guy self-reported the concussion, too. It wasn't like they saw it on a replay. He walked in and said, I have a boo-boo on my head. And they're like, all right, you're out.
Right.
Ravens haven't looked that great on offense. I think the Ravens roll. I think it's could be a blowout, 31-3 kind of
One-way
game.
Baltimore.
Yeah. But I think it's going to go under. I'm going to take under 44.5. Ravens also been under in 10 out of the last 11 at home.
I'm actually jumping in on that because those are my last 2 picks, but I have this game 2 ways, which you made me think of this because you almost did this last week.
I've been wanting to do that.
I have the under 44.5 also,
Week 3 is hard.
but
Stop saying that.
I did it on purpose
but I
to
have
make you do that.
Indy plus 8.5 because even though Richardson might not be playing, self-diagnosed like you said, Minshew did good. He was 19 for 23. Like he did good. He won that game.
He's Gardner Minshew.
What?
He's a cult,
Minshew, oh yeah.
cult favorite.
So whatever. Yeah, I'm taking the under 44.5 and also plus 8.5.
Nice.
I like it.
We should come up with a name for that. You know?
The old double
Whammy.
banger.
Yeah. The Devil's Three-Way.
An Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
You said a Devil's 3-way?
Yeah, you never had one of those?
Not yet.
What are you doing Thursday?
No.
Not yet.
What are you guys doing this weekend?
I don't know. Maybe we could celebrate soccer.
I think I'll go because you have one more, right? And you have 2 more?
I have 2 more, I think.
I have 2 more.
Oh, all right. I got 2 more too, so I'll go. I am going with the other Monday night game. I can't believe there's 2 Monday night games. I like Baker Mayfield. I'm respecting him right now, but I think he's going to get a slap to the face this time. I'm going minus 5.5 on Philadelphia. They haven't run away from anybody yet this year. They haven't shown their true colors. I think they're gonna get him down. I think they're gonna get to Baker, and they'll be the first one to shake him up.
You don't think they ran away last week?
I mean,
109,000 yards?
who do they play?
They do let their opponents hang around a little bit.
They let him hang around a little bit. It's still not the. Hurts isn't throwing yet. He's not connecting with Brown yet. He's not. It's one or the other with them. That's the problem. He can never get Brown and what's the other guy?
Devontae Smith.
100 yards each. They never get 100 yards each.
No,
It's
because they
always
have
one or the
200
other.
rushing.
You're right.
True. True. I think they're going to take control of this game, and it's. I checked to see if it was Tampa's first home game. Not that doesn't matter anymore, but it's not. So I think Philly's going to take it to the house. -5.5. Going against your Baker Mayfield.
I'm taking Tampa Bay +5.
Yes.
I love Tampa too.
Side bet?
I love Tampa in this
Side
game.
bet?
5.5 points is like what Vegas doesn't know what to do with the line.
No,
It's just
because Philly's
give
going
me
to
the
win by a
Bucs.
touchdown.
Baker, Mike Evans, not that old, not as old as we
That's
thought.
a scary pick.
He's in his 30s.
I can go one way or the other.
Give me the Bucs in this one. I'm sticking with him. Riding with him till he hurts me.
I figured you had to stick with him.
You know what?
+5.5.
Honestly, it's been working for you. So
I figured he had to stick with him.
Side
do
bet?
we all
Side bet?
have something
We're gonna have to do
against him?
something. What do you want to do?
I'll
Side bet?
I'll jump in a side bet because I like the Bucks too, but I'm not gonna take them on the card.
Well, then you don't count. Side bet.
I'll take you kids to soccer this weekend.
Oh, if they lose?
Aren't you the coach?
No, not for my girls. Oh, coach girls.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding, guys. It's a comedy show. First Down Dogs.
What have you been on lately?
Nothing. I'm
Fucking-
excited.
Holy
Somebody
shit.
loves
The wave chasers are setting in.
It's the
Now sponsored by Montauk.
Fruity Forest. What was the IPA?
Yeah. Force Ranger, whatever the fuck it is. Fruit Ranger.
Holy shit.
Kurt does have some sponsorships.
I'm putting down my bets.
You've been spicy as hell.
All right, I got 4 in.
I got 3.
You got to be.
Go ahead.
My next one, I'm going to take another under. Shocker. The under in the Denver-Miami game, under 48.5. I think
I like that bet.
I think Denver's going to come in, play it smart. Same thing that Patriots did. They're going to keep everything in front of them, try as hard as they can. I believe Miami has not put up as many points as they fucking should. Like, they keep stalling out a little bit. They've been stinging. I think Denver is terrible, but Russ is looking better and better and better, which is a little scary. They do have a weapon or two, but still, I think not enough to hit that over. So I'm going to go under 48.5.
They give up a big lead. They gave up a big lead last week. Jacksonville running back. Is he out?
I don't know. At the
I
end.
can't say.
I'm
I
not
can
sure.
never say his name.
Etienne.
Etienne?
NTN.
Is that French?
Etienne.
I think it's French.
I don't know what that is.
Etienne.
Etienne.
It's like Creole.
We don't know
It's Asian.
because I really
Asian.
like Houston at 9.5, but
No. We're not allowing you to bet the fucking Texans.
That's crazy.
They look.
Dude,
I mean,
let him do what he wants to do.
9.5 is a lot of points.
all right. I'm going to do it.
Let's go.
I don't know what I want to
What's
do.
the fucking drama?
I have that one, and I have
Pick.
we should have that Who Wants to Be a Millionaire music just waiting as I try and make my pick. Listen, I said it last week. I cannot bet anywhere near this Carolina fucking quarterback. He's not good. He doesn't even have emotion on the field from what I saw on Monday night. I'm taking Seattle, even though I don't like Seattle. I'm taking Seattle at home, -5.5.
Oh,
They beat Detroit, right? Last week they came back, beat Detroit, put a lot of points on the board.
Wide receivers went nuts.
Wide receivers went nuts. Lockett went nuts.
he's so fucking good.
So good.
I'm going Seattle. He's 30.
Imagine
I'm
he
going
had a
Seattle at
quarterback.
-5.5.
So good.
Man, I'm taking a lot of points this week. Son of a bitch.
It's the way to go. It's going to swing back.
We'll see how that runs.
All right, I got one pick left. Who else got one pick?
I got one pick left.
All right, make your pick.
8-2. He's got to say.
See.
Oh, all right.
He's got to say. Go ahead,
see if it's the
take
same
another
game.
over-under.
That's why I didn't jump on the other games. No, I'm taking. I'm not gonna take an over. I'm taking the Arizona Cardinals plus 12.5 at home against the Dallas Cowboys.
Take those points.
A lot of fucking points.
It is.
12.5 points. Home dog. Divisional game. Gotta love those things. Not really true division. They used to be in the NFC East. They're not now, but still same thing. They got a rivalry there. Most importantly, though, one, I don't think Dallas is as good as they are. I'm going to stick by that take until either I'm proven wrong by next year or I'm proven right. Lastly, I am infatuated with the
What are you
Arizona
saying?
Cardinals quarterback.
What are you saying?
I'm
right
getting
now?
to my point that you're going to hate that the Arizona
Guy has
Cardinals,
no eyebrows.
he looks like a naked mole rat. He looks like a certain part of my anatomy when I come out of the shower.
Oh my God.
The dude is powder with a tan somehow, if that's possible. It's amazing. So I need to watch the game. I hate the Cowboys, so I'm going to watch this game just because I want to watch this guy. It's amazing to me.
Dude, that
Can we
fucking
go?
run he had against the Giants. I mean, if I'm a Giants fan, I might just mail it in right there. He just trucked that fucking DB. Oh my God.
Giants were almost done for the season.
That guy is the weirdest looking motherfucker I've ever seen.
He's the ugliest quarterback to ever play in the league. Like, there's Gardner Minshew.
Oh my
You had
God.
Andrew Luck, who was kind of creepy looking.
Andrew Luck was creepy.
Yeah, that
Andrew
beard,
Luck was
that
creepy.
voice. This guy takes the cake.
Andrew Luck was creepier too after he retired.
Like, maybe he's awesome,
I wish
but
he'd
nobody
come
wants
back.
to make him the face of their franchise.
Anybody want a peanut?
Oh my God.
All right, my last pick. I hate that pick. Arizona.
He's taking points. That's all he's doing right there. He came into this building with 4 picks.
Yeah.
No picks. He came in the building with no picks.
She watched me make all my picks as I was sitting here.
He gives me anxiety.
Preseason darlings, the Cleveland Browns. They're 3.5 point favorites against the Tennessee Titans. I'm going with like the old reliable Tennessee Titans.
Love it.
Okay.
Love it.
Ryan
Love the
Tannehill, Derrick Henry, DeAndre Hopkins, Deshaun Watkins. We talking about before. He's a mess.
Pervert.
He's a mess. He's throwing his wiener around.
Is there going to be an episode where we don't talk about a penis?
Do you get a massage
Probably not.
after that Monday night game that
Oh,
you lose like that?
absolutely.
Yeah, like totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets 2 because
2 or
he's got,
3.
like he's very depressed.
Oh my God.
You got to forget about it. You got to
gonna
fucking
die.
forget about that one.
I would've
Keep
took
smoking.
I would have took it the other way. I would have said, no massages.
That guy doesn't go without a massage. How do you go through 47 massage therapists in one area? How many massage
God.
therapists are there?
No, it's way more than that.
All right, let's say half of them are really massage therapists, and the other half are not. That's still a lot of massage therapists
No.
to go through.
And
Not
some of
that
them are
many.
males.
There's so many on Backpage.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Finish your pick.
All right. I got the Titans plus 3.5. So my picks: the Titans plus 3.5, over 54.5. Chargers, Vikings, the Lions minus 3.5. A lot of hooks here. The Chiefs and the Bears over 47.5, and the Baker Mayfield led Tampa Bay Bucks plus 5.5.
I'm going against your Baker Mayfield.
What?
What?
What are you doing? Slam poetry right now?
Harriet. Sweet Harriet.
Eagles. Eagles minus 5.5. The over
that's
in
funny.
Cincinnati Rams 43.5. I got the over in Atlanta Detroit 45.5. Seattle minus 5.5. And I'm going the Minnesota Vikings at minus 1.5.
You're gonna regret
That's-
that.
Oh my God.
It's a
can't
scary
believe you took
pick.
that
You're gonna
I
regret that.
have to.
You're gonna regret that.
I wanted Chicago, but I'm going Minnesota.
Even worse.
I know. That's why I'm going Minnesota. God damn.
I'd rather have Chicago.
Yeah.
That game is, it's such a scary game.
We're going to live it.
All right, get the picks in. I gotta.
All right. I got Mr. Bigglesworth and the Cardinals minus 12.5, plus 12.5. I got the under in the Denver-Miami game, under 48.5. I have the under in the Indianapolis-Baltimore game, 44.5. I got the over in the Chargers-Minnesota game, 54.5. And I got the Detroit Lions and that awesome fan minus 3.5 points at home.
What if we ever find out who that guy is?
You could definitely.
Oh, I'm definitely sure they know. I
Yeah.
bet you, that local Fox station knows who he is.
The person who submitted that picture 100% has a picture of the actual guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Taking the under 47.5 in the Chicago KC game. Indy plus 8.5. Under 44.5 points for Indy at Baltimore.
The Devil's
Pitt.
three-way.
Double banger.
Pitt minus 1. And then trips Miami Dolphins versus the Broncos minus 6.5.
All right.
There we go.
You know who
I
got
feel
the
another
wor-
stressful week coming up.
I can't wait.
I love it.
Can't wait.
So much fun.
I know.
God.
And
I
you got any?
feel like I have more leeway in watching these games too lately.
Why?
My kids are older. They're doing their own thing. I'm able to tell them to leave while I watch a game. It's amazing.
You want to go on a hike this weekend instead?
No.
You should.
I'll go on
You should
Saturday.
have more to keep them
Stop.
young and keep yourself young.
Just stop it.
That's
that
the trick.
That was a silly thought that you had.
A silly thought.
That was a silly thought.
Silly
that you had.
thought.
Want to take any bonus picks on the Giants 49ers game on Thursday?
I would
I
go with the
do.
under. I would take the under.
I'm taking. I was going to take the over.
G-men.
Over
Has it-
44 and a half.
Really?
Over. Side bet?
Over because either the Giants keep up again and score a bunch of points like they did last week, or they get destroyed by the Niners and the Niners score.
Nobody
Over
destroys
44 and a half.
anybody on Thursday night.
Well, also, like,
They
You
all
never
tired.
Saquon's not
know.
playing. He's out.
They're all tired.
You don't know.
Minus 44 and a half.
well, the thing about, like,
under,
no
100%.
team, I don't
We'll see.
think there's ever been a team in history that's been more fucked by what just happened to the Giants.
What do you mean?
They're in Arizona for a Sunday game, a Sunday afternoon game. And then they have to go to the 49ers on 3 days rest on the West
Yeah, but
They
Coast.
should have
Better
stayed
than
on the
coming
West
all the way
Coast.
back.
They did. They stayed out there.
That's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah, they stayed there.
They're terrible. So who cares?
Yeah, they're really bad. They're
We'll
not
see.
a good football team.
We'll see. That was a lucky comeback, and it was a necessary comeback.
Yeah.
Or else they were dead.
Giants fans were really feeling themselves.
That
Like,
game-
you beat the West,
They
the worst
are.
team in the league.
Yes.
They are.
You know?
That game, betting live, we said it. We texted each other.
We'll
that
see.
game
That's
and,
what I
the
gotta
and
start
the
doing.
Washington game. Jesus.
That's what I got to start
Those
doing.
two would have been amazing.
I got to start going heavy when teams are down
Yes.
in half.
You want a side bet? I'll side bet with you. What are we going to side?
I don't know. We got to start thinking of these things before the show starts.
Okay.
Side bets.
Yeah.
Wear a dress.
6-pack of beer. Wear a dress.
Yeah, it's got to be something familiar.
I
Him?
am not wearing a dress.
That's no fun.
Where is AJ?
I don't know. You should come and
Detroit
sit Indian
Rock City.
style on the floor one day. and make
With
some
his
pics.
dress on?
Make some pics.
I don't want him sitting in style in a dress.
Why? We talk about penises every freaking time.
Yeah, there was a celebrity penises. I don't know about their penises.
I was looking at Brett Favre's dick the other day.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
God.
never looked it up. I looked at him. What?
I never looked it up.
Shut up.
I swear to God, I didn't.
How
I felt like it was going to be like red and weird.
It's
the opposite.
invisible.
It's the opposite?
Very pale.
Yeah, it's
Very.
Yeah.
borderline gray.
Have you seen it?
No.
Really?
No, I don't really care about his dick. I don't.
Clipping that.
And using it for multiple things.
All right.
All right, yo.
First down dogs.
First down, dogs.
First down, dogs.